Welcome to the demo of the 24B Use Automated Hyperparameter Tuning to Improve Forecast Accuracy feature in Oracle Fusion Cloud Supply Planning's Demand Management. The Use Automated Hyperparameter Tuning to Improve Forecast Accuracy feature provides you with the ability to improve the forecast accuracy of Oracle Demand Management machine learning models by using your enterprise historical demand data to tune engine parameters to their best values. The feature introduced in these updates runs in the background at individual forecasting levels, for example, an item and organization combination. The process then determines the best settings for the forecasting parameters appropriate for that combination. You can review the forecast and predicted accuracy using the suggested settings and compare the predicted results to the existing values. You can then use the suggested settings the next time you run the plan. The background process can be run for the entire forecasting dataset or a subset of the data. The subset is determined by specifying a percentage of data to sample in every run. By using this approach, you will reduce the need to engage with forecasting model experts to tune the models, as well as improve the accuracy of the forecast. In order to use automated hyperparameter tuning, you first have to enable it in a forecasting profile. You do this by setting the sample percent parameter to a value greater than 0. Once enabled, hyperparameter tuning is automatically performed as part of the forecasting engine run when a demand plan is run. It is done for each selected forecasting profile that has hyperparameter tuning enabled. No additional process is required. Once the forecast is generated, you can review the results of the hyperparameter tuning, and you can configure subsequent forecast runs to use these results. Let's start by looking at how you enable hyperparameter tuning in a forecasting profile and the additional parameters available. In order to enable the hyperparameter tuning, we must add the hypertune sample percent forecasting parameter to our profile. In the pop-up screen of Add Parameters to Viewable List, I filtered all of the parameters under the Hyperparameter Tuning category. Overall, we have 8 new parameters to configure the hyperparameter tuning. We only need to add the Hypertune sample percent parameter to the profile. Other parameters can be added in case you wish to change their default values. Once you will add the Hypertune sample percent parameter to the profile, you must change its value to a number between 1 and 100. When 100 means the tuning will be done on all of the focused population, and any value below means the tuning will be done only on a subset of the population. The focusing engine will track the focused nodes that have been tuned and select a different set of nodes each time. By selecting Hypertune sample percent equal 20, each time the engine is run, it will select a different 20% of the focused population. This means that after 5 runs, 100% of the focused population will have been covered. Hyperparameter tuning includes several new output measures that are added to the measure catalog selected in the forecasting profile. Here we added a custom measure catalog, and once clicking Save, those tuned measures will be added to the demo measure catalog. Hyperparameter tuning takes a list of values for selected parameters and finds the optimal value, which leads to a better forecast accuracy. We have two options to use this list of values per selected parameters. Here we see the manual options, which is to add a list of values in the hyperparameter tuning values column to specific parameters. We can see that we added here detect outlier. We added the options 0 and 1. For outlier sensitivity, we added the values 0.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and 7. And for the feed validation sensitivity, we added 0.2, 0.5, 2, 5, and 10. Another option for list of values is automatic approach, where we are not sure which parameters to tune and what list of values to add. So when we don't add manually any value to the hyperparameter tuning values column, the demand forecast uses a predefined set of parameters with predefined list of values. This predefined set is stored in the hypertune param set focusing parameter. Note, this parameter should not be modified. Now that we have a focusing profile with hyperparameter tuning enabled, we want to add this focusing profile to a demand plan and then run the plan. Make sure that the plan you are using has the same measure catalog selected as the one that was selected in the focusing profile. This will assure that all the hyperparameter tuning measures are included. Moving to the Demand tab, we added our forecasting profile, and we can see in the Hyperparameter Tuning Settings column the status of the profile with regards to tuning. So in our profile, the hyperparameter tuning is enabled with a sample of 20%. If we will look at the focused shipments profile, the hyperparameter tuning is off, meaning disabled. Now that we have a plan which contains a focusing profile that has hyperparameter tuning enabled, we want to run the plan. By selecting this focusing profile as part of the plan run, the engine will generate a forecast as it normally would, as well as perform the hyperparameter tuning. Once plan finished running with our focusing profile, we want to view the focused results with regards to hyperparameter tuning. Our table includes all 5 tuned measures. In this example, we can see that Focused attempted to tune 9 nodes and succeeded to tune 3 of those nodes. If we will look at item 28, we can see that the base map without tuning is 0.053 and the base map, which is being calculated after the tuning, is lower. Its value is 0.043, which indicates on a better focused accuracy. In the shipments forecast tune setting measure, we can see the optimal value per parameter, which the forecast found during the run. The tune settings measure string with the optimal values can be used as the input of the future forecast runs. Now, after reviewing the hyperparameter tuning results in the table, you can control whether or not subsequent forecast runs will use the hyperparameter tuning results by setting the Enable Nodal Tuning and Hypertune Output Mode focusing parameters on the focusing profile. To use the results from previous hyperparameter tuning runs, Enable Nodal Tuning should be set to 2, and the Hypertune Output Mode should be set to 1.